Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again, and welcome to the Roads with Belle. Today is November 3rd, 2024, and this is episode 63 of The Roads Not Taken, which is a weekly series where we go over the news that was unreported, underreported, didn't get the coverage we felt that it should, or we just found it interesting. And then we go over some questions from y'all. Oh, and just so everybody knows, after the reaction to the short stories that we put out on Halloween, we will definitely be adding a short story channel. We're not sure of the time yet. Not even sure if it's going to be a straight steady thing, but we're going to be creative, and as subjects come up, we will try to put something out. We will let you know as it comes together. And today is November 3rd, and daylight savings time ends. If you didn't know that, you might be a little off schedule today. And on this date, in 1975, it is reported that Ann Landers started a survey of parents, asking them if they had to do it all over again, would they have kids? 70% said no, which is weird because I was under the impression that the sentiment was anew, and somehow it was because of wokeness and Kamala Harris. In foreign policy, a Russian citizen and former employee of a U.S. consulate in Russia has been convicted and sentenced for allegedly gathering information about Russia's war in Ukraine. The U.S. says the allegations are untrue and show an intimidation campaign Russia is running against its own citizens. North Korea has said it will stand by Russia until victory in Ukraine. The West has placed no new restrictions on Ukraine's use of Western weapons and has indicated repeatedly that North Korean forces are fair game. The West is also calling on China to use diplomatic pressure to calm the situation. That seems unlikely. The European Union is considering developing a CIA-style intelligence agency. Green politicians in Europe have asked Jill Stein to drop out and endorse Harris to prevent a Trump victory. In U.S. news, a jury convicted one of the former officers of using excessive force on Breonna Taylor during a botched raid in 2020. The suit against Elon Musk and his PAC has been sent back to state court to proceed. The fallout from the Trump campaign's events insult of Puerto Rico continues to grow just days before the election. As widely expected, the video claiming to show voter fraud in Georgia was reportedly linked back to a Russian influence operation. Trump is being investigated by the Arizona AG after comments about Liz Cheney. Boeing and the union have reached a tentative deal that will be voted on Monday. Former Vice President Mike Pence has said he won't endorse Harris or Trump, continuing to show the decisive nature he's known for. Early voting in Georgia continues to exceed expectations, and it has people making predictions that Election Day will run smoothly due to more people participating early. In cultural news, Tucker Carlson claims he was attacked by a demon in his bed. LeBron James endorses Harris. The cast of The Avengers assembled to endorse Harris. Nicky Jam took back his endorsement of Trump over the Puerto Rico comment. In science news, Voyager 1 restarted communications with Earth using a transmitter. It hasn't been used since 1981. Greenhouse gases reached another record high in 2023. A NASA panel tells SpaceX to maintain focus on safety. In Oddities, a 63-year-old man has reportedly been arrested for allegedly participating in the Great Cheese Robbery, in which more than 20 tons of cheese turned up missing. A Halloween hoax led thousands of people in Dublin, Ireland, to line the streets for a parade. There was no parade. Also in Oddities, Vance. Okay, On to the Q&A. From outside of the USA, I have a perception that the supporters of Harris include large numbers of powerful, prominent women. On the other hand, if there are powerful, prominent women in Trump's entourage, why aren't they front and center? There really aren't a lot of powerful, prominent women endorsing Trump. Outside of those who have been firmly incorporated into Trump world, they're not. Haven't seen this in any media coverage, but if Trump is leaning so hard into his little secret, and it is actually about overturning the election by throwing it to the state legislatures, does that mean he's convinced he's going to lose this election? Here's the thing. Any secret that involves the Speaker of the House means he thinks he's going to lose. What he meant by it could be anything. Trump has been an old man yelling at the clouds, and he just makes stuff up. So, first, I'd like to genuinely thank you and Bo for something that's honestly the opposite of what you get at times. My mom and I have not always had a great relationship. It's been rocky, but both you and Bo have helped in a weird way. We disagree on everything, except generally politics. It's the one place where she admits she doesn't know a lot and that I do. So she'll come to me and we can talk. And a lot of stuff I've learned has started with you guys. So thanks. You've given us a spot where we can genuinely talk. You've also given life advice that I've applied, and she has acknowledged that growth. My questions are these. How are you doing today? Are there any questions you haven't been asked but would like to? And what are the answers? Well, I'm good. I'm really good. And this just made me feel even better. Thank you for sharing all that. And I'm so glad, and you're very welcome, and thank you. I have a pile of questions that I want to get to after the election, and we'll talk about all the answers then. But I can't wait to get back to more community networking and personal cultural stuff. It's going to be great. So those are the ones I'd like to get to. But thank you for asking, and you have a good day. You really made mine. I'm really happy. Thank you. I don't know if this is a silly question, and I debate even asking it, but I've become a bit concerned about the upcoming election and what I can foresee as possible civil unrest. I live in a small town in Texas, very red, and I'm a little left of Lenin. I'm concerned that no matter how the presidential election turns out, there will be some civil disorder as a result. I'm trying not to be paranoid. I'm sure the hype from the media has aggravated my feelings, but I've decided to prepare for the worst and stock up on a few extra groceries. I have a full tank of gas and take care of any business I have before election week. I would prefer not to be out and about that week until I get the lay of the land. Do you think I'm just being paranoid? I'm not a doomsday prepper. I'm just nervous. If you don't think I'm crazy, how would you prepare? I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I always like to think ahead, but I'm also the type that takes a deep breath and trusts things will work out the way they're supposed to. I love your commentary, and I miss Bo. Keep up the excellent work, and always enjoy. You are never silly for thinking about taking safety measures to protect yourself. Everybody's situation is different, and it depends on what you plan on doing, if you're going to shelter in place or if you're going to leave. I would recommend looking at the emergency preparedness playlist on the channel. But one thing I will tell you is that the same crew that accurately predicted January 6th in advance are saying there is the possibility of sporadic unrest, but they don't think it's going to be widespread. but you're never silly for those questions, and I hope the playlist helps out. And next time we come back to the roads not taken, we should have a much better picture on how things may go for the next few years. I think this is it for today. A little more information and a little more context, and having the right information will make all the difference. Y'all have a really good day.